Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are all well and happy today. This is my second time recording this particular voiceover because I forgot to check what microphone I was talking into. And I thought I was talking into my mic, but no, my webcam was the one plugged in, or at least the one that was set in the recording app, which is hilarious. So yeah, no, couldn't hear a thing. It was crazy muffled because, you know, my webcam is ages away from my face. So unfortunately I had to redo it all. So hopefully I remember everything I talked about. I do have something very specific to talk about today. Something that I've sort of realized in the past day or two, I'm going to say. I am recording this in the past. So this video will go out on the, let me check, on the 15th. I'm recording this on the 9th, so about a week ago by the time you guys are listening to this. So this discovery is now a week old, but for me it's fresh. I am also getting sick. Thank you, Lincoln, my boy got sick and he's giving it to everybody. So I may have to stop and start a lot because I'm coughing or trying to clear my throat. But we shall see. We shall persevere. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes. My little discovery. So I got to tell you a little bit of backstory because, you know me, I love to ramble. As we all know, I am a huge fan of Plan by Jyla. I am her workshop, one of her workshop patrons. And every week, she blesses us with a weekly update. So basically, she will talk about what she's doing today, what she's done the past week, anything interesting, really. She'll just talk about it, and it's great. It's one of my favorite things. I am a huge sucker for behind the scenes stuff, so I love those vlogs, and I love like when someone sits down and goes, yeah, this is what I've been doing lately. I love that. Classic example of this is the fact that I watched the makings of the Hobbit movies, more than I actually watched the Hobbit movies. I think the way Peter Jackson does his behind the scenes is perfect, and I love it, especially for your big fantasy movies. I think it's fantastic. I'm still PO'd at Marvel for not doing something similar, especially for that 10-year period, like from Iron Man to Endgame. Drives me nuts. Like, the behind the scenes content that we got after those 10 years was trash. I was not pleased and I was not happy. Especially Peter Jackson, he had 3 movies. He didn't have 10, and yet, boom. He made it glorious. The behind-the-scenes films and all of his movies are great. Anyway, doesn't matter. I digress. But yeah, so during her weekly update, she also will show us her planner. So I think it's her daily planner, like her daily to-do list planner. It's in a little motem? I hope I'm saying that right. I keep going to call it motem, like, you know, the internet things, but I know there's an extra R in there somewhere. Anyway, her little pocket planner, it is freaking adorable. I love it. I, however, will never buy one because ring planners drive me insane. I don't understand how people write in those things, and if you're one of those people who will come at me and say, just take the pages out to write, no, stop it. You've just wasted my time. Like, no, if you can't just write in a book, what is the point? Anyway, that's just my opinion on ring binders and ring planners, but it's still super adorable. Anyway, to get to the actual point, her daily planner is just her writing. Like, that's it. That's all it is. It's just a printable that she has that she'll print on pieces of scrap paper. She'll throw it in her pocket planner and she just writes her daily to-do lists. The end. There's no decorating. There's nothing fancy. It's just that. And it low-key blew my mind. I've been watching her for a little... Watching her? That sounds so creepy. But I've been watching her weekly updates for a little while, and most weeks she will show it. And it never really occurred to me until sort of this week that it was that simple. And it kind of just resonated so much with me. And she wasn't talking about the way she plans or anything like that. She was literally just going, this is what I'm doing today. And I was looking at it, I was going, it is so simple. She's using it as a list book, and that's it. And it just made my heart sing. So I have always struggled with planning. It has never been my forte to be able to plan well. I have been doing really well with the traveler's company style of or setup when it comes to planning. I like the fact that, especially the horizontal, I like the fact that you have a blank page and then a weekly spread. I am moving into the vertical next year. We all know this. I talked about it in my 2023 setup. But I've always struggled with how I plan. So I'm a list person. I will always be a list person. My brain needs me to write things down because my brain will forget it. I will have an idea and then 2 weeks later, okay, so yeah, I'll have an idea. I'll immediately forget it. And then 2 weeks later, I'll go, should have done that 2 weeks ago. So I need lists. I have lists everywhere. If you look at my desk right now, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 separate notepads, list things stuck to my desk because that's just how I write. And the pressure of having a pretty planner with the hectic and chaotic way that I write and plan just doesn't go together. And I've always had that pressure to make my planners pretty. I think just within myself, just be like, you go on Instagram, you go on YouTube and you look up, how to plan, and they're always spotless. These beautiful, extremely well written, beautifully designed planners, and even bullet journals. Like, bullet journals are next level. I don't understand how they keep up with it. I tried bullet journaling for 4 years and completely gone. I think I've started like 8 different Archer and Olive books. They are expensive, by the way. And yeah, I've never finished one because I just can't. I just don't know how people keep up with it. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, definitely. So definitely in the idea that I don't have to make it pretty just made me so happy. And it was sort of like, especially like Jess, we all know Jess. She has an aesthetic. You look at her Instagram, you look at her YouTube, and it's gorgeous. It is absolutely stunning. So to see her planner and it being essentially basic as just made me really happy because it was sort of like, no, if she can, compartmentalize Instagram worthy and just getting stuff done, perfect. Like, I can do that too. I can totally do that. And I have been. Like, the last 2 weeks, I've barely decorated. Like, I'll probably throw a sticker in here, or blah, blah, blah. I will throw a sticker in there every now and then. Because, again, I'm still a stationery nerd. I still love my stationery, my little stickers, and my stamps. Like, of course. It's just who I am. But those weeks where I'm busy, I'm not going to prioritize prettiness over functionality. And I think that's what I've been doing lately, which is really off-brand for me because I am I dress comfort over fashion, and a lot of the stuff that I like, it needs to be functional over prettiness. And I get really frustrated when things don't work for the sake of being pretty. I just don't see the point of that. Make the function and then make it pretty. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so I think it was more of an eye-opener for myself to sort of get myself back on track because I do need a planner. I need lists. I need that structure in my life. Or, I just don't do things. I'm like, oh, I've got nothing written in my planner. Great, I don't have to do anything today. Day off, woo. And then 3 days later, I was like, oh yeah, no, I probably should have done 80 things in those 3 days. Especially now that I'm working on a small business. Those reminders and the lists are becoming more and more important. I have 80 lists going at one time because of the small business, because I've got to build a website and figure out shipping and blah, 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 blah. But yes, I'm just really happy that I have discovered that about myself and allowed myself to be like, yeah, it's okay. It's fine. You don't have to make your planner pretty. My monthlies will stay the same because I've never been able to use a monthly. They're not functional to me at all. Like, obviously I use them for future planning if we have a date or something set weeks in advance or whatever. But even now, because I do have a dated planner now, I've been using an undated all year, so trying to get ahead has been annoying. But Now that I have a data planner, I might not even do that. I'll be able to flick to the appropriate date in the weekly spreads and go, okay, yeah, I have a doctor's appointment. So no, we're going to an event this day. But my monthly planners I love, so they'll stay the way they are, because it is a good memory keeping option, I guess is what you would call it. I really like it. I've been really vibing with it lately. It's been one of my favorite things to do. But yeah, that's pretty much what I had to talk about today. My time is nearly up. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble about functional planning, I guess. I hope to see you guys next week. If not, I hope you enjoy the holidays. And if you don't celebrate the holidays, heck yeah, days off anyway, free days off. Yeah, okay, bye.